Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Tea Talk podcast, episode number 12, brought to you by DriftinThreads.com. Use code TEATALK for 10% off at checkout. Dana, how are you doing today?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm all right. I'm just chilling. How was your week? We had a long week, a long 7 days since we last recorded. What's going on? What's new?
Nothing much, honestly. I don't even remember what happened this week, other
Neither
than
do
work.
I. It just flew by, to be honest.
Yeah, it went
I
by
thought
really
it
quick.
flew by. I thought it was like ridiculously fast for some reason this week. Not exactly sure why, but it was. But a lot of interesting things. Wait, what?
It's because we had Tuesday off because it's 4th of July.
That is a good point. We did have the 4th of July. Did you do anything fun?
It was my stepbrother's birthday, so I went over to my dad's house and we had a party for him.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's
there
good.
You go.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of things happening this week. Twitter escapades. Guys, you have no idea. You have no idea. The Twitter escapades go insane. I spend a lot of time on Twitter. I tell Dana to spend a little bit more time on Twitter, but he doesn't want to listen to me.
Yeah.
He doesn't have enough time.
I'm not a big social media guy, so stay off Twitter as much as I can.
I even got the blue check mark. I'm verified.
Of course.
I'm verified. What's the problem with verification?
No, it's just another thing you pay for.
I don't pay for a lot of stuff.
That's incorrect.
That is not incorrect.
Compared to the rest of the people on this planet.
All right, what do I pay for? Off the top of your head, what do I pay for?
Netflix.
I don't pay for that.
You pay for Streamlabs.
I pay for that.
You pay for your music, Apple Music.
I don't pay for that.
Who pays for that? Your parents?
Yep.
Exactly. So it's still something you're subscribed to.
I am not paying for it.
Okay, but I could say, oh, I'm not personally paying for, where I'm living right now. But like,
you're not.
It's still coming out of someone's pocket.
But it's not coming out of your pocket. You're still at your net loss is still at zero.
Dude. I would say until you're living on your own, it's still something you're paying for.
I'm still going to be using those services.
Even though it's not coming directly out of your pocket.
I'm still going to be using those services.
Yeah, you're going to be using the services, but I'm just saying, like, that doesn't change what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
No, but I guess I just see it differently. Just because, it's not money out of my account. It's not money out of my, savings, my checking. So I'm not losing anything.
You just get your parents to do it.
I'm not
losing. Get your parents to do it, and then you're not losing anything.
I mean, that's what it is, though. They pay for it. I mean, it's their subscriptions.
Yeah, dude, I should start getting my parents to pay for my gas. Maybe
But that's different. That's different than a subscription.
How's that different? It's the same thing.
Gas is different than a subscription.
To run your car. Dude, it's a subscription.
Yes, I pay for all that. See, that's different though, because that's mine.
Dude, if you're using it, it's basically yours.
Yeah, but if it's not coming out of your pocket, then it's not your loss. That's all I'm saying.
It's still a part of your loss. It's part of your family.
I don't know if I agree with that. I see it differently because the amount of money that I have is different than the amount of money that, my mom or my father has.
Of course, but you're still like underneath them. You're not like 100% on your own.
So if I have $100 and I spend $0 of those dollars, my dad has $100, but he pays $20 a month for the Netflix. I'm not losing any money. I'm losing $0.
You personally are not losing any money, but if you're using his Netflix, I would still say you are subscribed to something.
I don't know.
That's the way I look at it.
I don't know. Because like the only things that I pay for, like when my subscriptions are like subscriptions, I use all my stuff that I pay for.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. You probably don't need to be subscribed to most of those things.
I don't know. I feel like it adds to the experience.
It does. It definitely does, but it also, reduces the money in your pocket. So you just have to balance like what is essential what do you want? It's basic finances. If you're okay with what you're paying for, that's great. Keep doing it. If I were you, I wouldn't be paying for most of those things. Unless I was like, you know, unless I was like running a business or something, or I'm like a something successful, something that like you can like show it to somebody that you know you have succeeded to this point.
I
So
mean,
right now, I would say you don't need to have a Twitter blue check mark, but if you want to have it, all the power to you. I don't
oh
care.
yeah, no, I mean like for sure I can afford it, you know what I mean? I feel
Yeah,
like
go
I'm
ahead and do it
much
then.
what?
So go ahead and do it then. It doesn't bother me.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I feel like, but I feel like there's this thing though, kids our age and people our age, they don't look at their financials. They don't really care about their financials at all. It's not something that they look at until they're done with college, because then they really need to start looking at their financials because they're too focused on having to pay back all their debt.
Yeah, well, a lot of that comes from the fact that they're not experienced, obviously, and their parents don't tell them what's going to happen.
I don't think we can use the excuse not experienced though, because it's so easy to get the knowledge, it's so easy to get experience
They're
nowadays.
unexperienced because it's more like ignorance. Like they've never invested time into learning how that finances work.
Oh yeah, no,
Like for
for sure.
me, I've been, I had my own like little business when I was like, I don't know, like in middle school. I've been doing things with money forever, and I've been saving money forever. And you know, that's just my way of doing things. I've always been taught to be wise with your money from a bunch of different people in my life. I've also had other people in my life that are not wise with money at all, and I know that I do not want to be like them, and I want to be like the people that are more wise with their money. But at the same time, I also know the the problems with being super stingy with money. Like you need to spend money on certain things. You need to know how to like let it go a little bit as well. So there's two different ways to look at it, and there's a balance somewhere in the middle. Myself, I'm more on the conservative side of like saving my money. You know,
Yeah,
but
no, you're much more conservative with your money. Yeah,
yeah.
for me, I say I take more of an opportunity to try to grow my wealth. I feel like I've been more focused on that than just generally saving money. Um,
Hmm.
because I feel like you need to specifically, say what you want to do with your money. Like, what is your goal? Right.
Hmm.
I have a statistic in my head that I put a goal. I mean, some people may say it's unrealistic, but if you do the math, you run the numbers, it is. I want to be retired by, 45, 40, 45. If I
And
can get it.
rich, right?
What?
And rich. You want to be both,
I
right?
want to be retired and rich, yeah. And
Yeah,
I
that's I
think
mean
it's
that's
and
a
I
that's a
think
good goal
now.
to have, but it's going to be tough to get there.
Oh,
As long
for
as you
sure.
have like a plan, and you kind of like you have like a vision of how you're going to get there,
Yeah.
you should be fine. I mean, all the power to you to do it.
But why
Go
aren't
for
there
it.
other kids? Like, why aren't there other people our age that are worried about these things that just don't start now? I mean, it's so easy to make money. It's so easy to make money.
I think it depends. I think it depends. Um, I think it's easy to make like a certain amount of money, but if you want to make more money on top of that, you have to you have to invest more time into certain areas, and you have to be able to invest that time.
Yeah.
So someone who doesn't have that time to invest, let's say someone who has like four kids, is a
Yeah.
single mom, and is struggling just to meet the bare minimum, that person does not have the ability to put extra time into expanding their wealth,
Oh no,
right?
I mean, for sure, but they, with strict budgeting, they still can. If they have any
They may
amount of
not even
free
be able
spending
to
money,
budget. Like
if
they may not even have the funds to save because they're already essentially in debt. and
But
they're
then
constantly
that's
trying to pay it
poor
back.
life choices. That's
It is
poor
poor
life
life
choice
choices.
choices.
It's usually poor life choices, but that is a reason why some people cannot expand their wealth and get to certain places in their life. So, and a lot of people I don't think like know that, like, they may have heard that like there could be consequences of certain things, but they don't actually like rationalize it until it happens and it's too late. I mean, um there's people in my life that I know like personally that are like a perfect example of like someone who does not learn until they fail.
Yeah.
They you can't tell them anything. Like I would say something like, you know, that may help them, right? Like I'm trying to help them, right? They they like hear it, but they don't like rationalize it at all. And then they go and do the thing that I told not to do, and they're like, "Oh, now I get it." You know?
Yeah.
And they do that with everything. So, I think there's a certain people that are like that, and unfortunately they have to fail harder in order to, learn things.
There's a
So,
lot of people though that I get like really surprised. Like how did you even make it this far in your life? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that are like that. Because there's some people that
Well,
I know that don't even have like savings accounts, don't have credit cards. And I mean they're our age, dude. They're 22, 23, 20, 21, 22, 23, and
mhm.
they're not prepared at all. I mean, you don't have a credit card, right?
No.
No, but you have loans. So that's how you're building your credit.
I don't have a credit card. My
But you
um
have loans under your name for school, right?
um I don't know if it's technically under my name.
Okay.
So, um yeah, I don't think it's technically building credit yet. That is something that I'm working on doing though. And that's
Well, we
something that
need to get
I
you
know I should be doing.
on a credit card immediately. Not everybody's
I
a
know.
credit card person. You know what I mean? Some people they're just too crazy with it. They don't know how to react with it. So what,
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know, but if you feel like you're going to be like that, they also have debit cards that build your credit as well.
Mhm. Well, right now I have a debit card and that's what I use for pretty much
Well,
everything.
yeah, but I'm
And
saying they have one specifically that build your credit. Like
yeah.
people don't
Yeah.
understand how like you need credit for everything. You want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you need credit. Like they need to be able to, see if you're
Yeah.
a person they can finance.
For sure. I that's why I'm in the process of doing that. I haven't necessarily gotten to that point yet, but it is something I'm working towards. Um, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
I'm
Um,
gonna you got to make an account. I'm gonna send you an invite link to Titan. Um, we're also gonna put an invite link in the description as well. So if you guys want to join, if you wanna grow your wealth, if you want to join us and grow your wealth, you can do
what's
that.
Titan?
Titan, it's an online, it's a brokerage, it's an app.
Hmm.
But they do everything for you. You just put the money in. They trade for you. They do whatever. They'll trade stocks. They'll do ETFs. They'll do crypto. They'll do everything. But what I'm using it for is for the high yield savings. I'm getting 4.81%, highest rate that you can find right now. If you look up the highest rates that you can find for high yield savings account in brick and mortar locations, nothing even gets close. Like PNC, I think offers 4.5% interest. And I think PNC and Citizen are the highest. Both have 4.5, but I'm getting 4.81 with Titan, and that scales. So once I get 10 grand inside of that account, it will scale to 5.3% interest rate, which is unheard of. That means like
Yeah,
every year I'm making what off of 10 grand? What's 5%? That's going to be what, $50, $500?
not 100
I
percent
mean, I
sure,
could I could do the math.
but still, that's still pretty good. It's free money.
That's what I'm saying. It's yeah, 500 a year plus if I keep making monthly contributions. I mean, if you pulled up a high yield savings calculator, dude, I mean, you can make within 20 years, so by the time we're 41 or you're 40 and then August for you 41, almost birthday boy.
Hmm.
Big birthday boy over here.
Yep.
Guys, for Dana's birthday, we are getting him shit faced. Everybody's 21st. They got to get shit faced for the first time in their lives.
I don't know about that one.
Everybody needs to experience. You need to experience a bad night once. You need to.
I like my good nights though. Good nights are good.
I can't wait. I can't wait for my golden birthday though. When I turn 27th on the 27th. I'd like that's gonna be sick. That's gonna be like insanely awesome. But guys, in other news this week, if you've been on Twitter at all, for some reason, this Biden administration, Kamala, America's mother is what they're calling her in some places I see.
Are they
Definitely
actually?
not my mother. I'll take my actual biological mother. I can't use that word anymore. Uh-oh. Biologic. Oh, whoa. But no, they've all been trying to ban assault rifles and high capacity magazines. They're all tweeting about it and getting mad about it. Biden tweeted today. He said, "Nobody needs a high power assault rifle with a high capacity." You know how usually those things go. And
Well, you take the shotgun on the balcony and you shoot it up in the air.
I mean,
That's
well, let's think about it, right? Like, just
That's
like the
to him.
like the founding fathers intended. I should just have a cannon with grape shot at the top of my stairs, so I can put I can make a man fucking pastrami cheese if I wanted to, or Swiss. Which is the one with more holes? Is it Swiss?
I don't know.
But Dana, like, what do you think? Why? Why do you think they chose this week to attack guns specifically?
Well, maybe it's to distract from the crack in the White House. Could be something
the
like
cocaine that
Yeah.
is definitely Hunter's.
Definitely not Hunter's for sure.
What about the call log from Hunter? Did you hear about that?
The call log.
The press
messages.
secretary nearly shit herself. So there's a log.
I think was that the call log or was that was a WhatsApp text message?
The WhatsApp, yeah.
I saw
the WhatsApp,
that, yeah.
Mr. Jian or whatever the guy's name is.
Zhang.
Mr.
Zhao?
Jing, yeah, Xiao, Mr. Xiao.
It's like Henry Zhao or something.
Mr.
It's
Hao, okay, Mr. Hao. He was threatened by Hunter Biden, saying, "I'm here with my father, and if this deal doesn't go through, my father is going to, with all the people that he knows, basically end you." That's basically what the WhatsApp message said. So
the biggest thing about that is the connection between Hunter and his father. Those two things, that's what makes that such a big statement or such a big thing to find.
Well, let's think about it for a second. Clearly, if they wanted to be good businessmen, they would do it better. They wouldn't do it while on cocaine during the 4th of July party. Did you guys see the video of him? Like, he literally is turning, doing... Come on, bro. Come on. Those drugs are all his. Oh, my camera doesn't want to focus. The autofocus is breaking again. But no, like, this is what America has become. In one of the most sacred buildings in our country, cocaine was used, found, and nonetheless by a presidential family member. I mean, it's ridiculous. The amount of scandals.
Well, not confirmed.
Not confirmed.
But pretty obvious.
Pretty damn, yeah, pretty. I mean, come on. The guy smoked Parmesan out of a crack pipe. I mean, like, how far is he willing to go?
Wasn't he finding like Parmesan on the floor or something?
I don't. Who knows?
Smoking it.
Who knows? There's tons of videos. This guy has videos upon videos upon videos on this laptop that are public. Everybody has these videos. Like, do a Google search for a repository that has all the videos. They're out there. Do you want to see Hunter Biden smoke crack? Go look up the video. Case closed. You want to see Hunter Biden doing cocaine off of a prostitute's ass while he's smoking crack? That's on there too. I'm pretty sure we can make a Rule 34 for just Hunter Biden pretty soon, dude. Because honestly, he's going to become the next like porn website search engine. I mean, it's all him. Everything that under the sun he has done. I don't know, dude. Like it pisses me
it's
off.
so crazy to think like that a guy like that that's so big and like his dad's the president. that's that's the kind of stuff he's up to.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
mean, and
crazy.
he's around kids, and he's all wide-eyed, like, oh my god, yes, look at these fucking fireworks. It's 4th of July. Oh my god, like you guys, like looking up at the fireworks. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
And then not to mention, but we went off on a tangent. We'll talk a little bit more about the Hunter Biden stuff in a second. But guys, who were the last people to take the guns away? Hold up, I gotta lower this a bit. This is like bothering me. Who were the last people to take the guns away? Okay, that was Mao Zedong. We have Adolf Hitler. Okay, Joseph Stalin. And do we want to emulate the nations that these people had? Well, I know we have a large, following of these pseudo commies that are in America now. However, like, what's going on here? Why we have guns for a reason. We have guns to fight a tyrannical government, which is now starting to shine in the public light because of all the things that have been being passed, everything that's being happening. So what do you think, Dana, is going to happen? What do you think is happening? And why do you think right now specifically, do you think the guns are actually a distraction, or do you think this is, hey, we should probably start thinking about getting the guns out of these people's hands?
Getting the guns out of whose hands?
Okay. It's interesting.
No, like getting the guns out of whose hands? Like I'm asking you a question.
Like something's happening soon and they're trying to handicap us by taking the weapons now as they've been trying to do.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, they've been trying to take guns away for a while. And the reason why they're trying to do that is because they the only thing stopping them from a full takeover of the country to do whatever they want is the fact that we have more guns than any other place on earth.
Oh yeah.
Like and like the average American has more than one gun. I think it's more than 3 or something like that.
Yeah, in
So
Brazil, they have some of the world's strictest gun laws, yet they're still in the top 10 most dangerous countries for gun crime.
well, I mean, just look at Chicago here in the
Yeah,
US. I mean, you have personal
exactly.
experience with that. I mean, Chicago is one of the worst places in the US for gun violence in the most controlled area for legal guns,
Yeah.
right? So it goes to show that the gun laws don't work. Like they just don't. The gun laws that we have on the books, you know, they're not being enforced in some of these places. And the it's not taking or making more gun laws is not going to change the fact that there's going to still be mass shootings.
Yeah.
There's still going to be, people dying everywhere from gun violence. It's not the gun that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's mental health issues. It's gangs. It's
Yeah.
drugs. It's all these other things, and we need to take care of those problems. The gun problem is it's not a gun problem. It's the whole reason why they're saying, oh, we take it away for these reasons is to get all the people on board with it.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
like,
an
oh yeah, that makes
excuse.
sense.
Oh, come on, dude.
It's an
If they ban
excuse to
guns, I
take the
swear
guns,
to
yeah.
God, you're going to be able to go to every street corner and, tell the guy exactly what gun you're looking for, what ammo you need. He'll have everything for you. He'll have attachments for you. He'll be like Mechanic from Tarkov.
You can do it online.
Yeah, even online too, easy. And make it easier. They got all these Telegram group chats for drugs already. I'm sure they have some for weapons too and stuff like that. So nobody's really going to be stopping them from selling illegal firearms. And that's the problem. Most gun crime is done by an illegal firearm in the first place, or by somebody who shouldn't have had a gun in the first place.
Yeah, it's usually a repeat offender.
Exactly. So why are we making the good gun owners look bad? Why are we doing this? It's because if we make the good gun owners look bad, then there's no such thing as a good gun owner. Mm-hmm. You understand? Then they shine everybody in the light of who owns a gun as a bad person. I think that is what's happening.
Well, I think if you take all the guns away as well, like this is another thing that could happen. It's going to be mass anarchy, because like a lot of people are going to be pissed in a lot of these places. On top of that, armed forces can do whatever they want. You can have the police, do whatever they want.
Yeah.
The military can do whatever they want. The government can do whatever they want because no one's stopping them. I mean, Canada is like a perfect example of that. Australia,
dude,
you saw what they did during COVID.
France is burning the fuck down right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
like, if there was a couple guys, like all these stores that are getting broken into, burned down, pillaged. I mean, France is getting demolished. But I'm sure, if what's a French name? It's Jacques.
Pierre.
If Jacques in the back of his croissant shop, had a 12 gauge sitting there, nobody's gonna come into that croissant shop. Nobody's gonna mess. You know what I mean? Like fucking, you're done. You're gone. You're blown to smithereens. And that's why you see crime in areas that people own a lot of guns. There's less crime. It's because everybody owns a gun. My autofocus is literally like blowing its brains out right now. It is not having a day today.
Can you turn it off?
Not right now. Unfortunately. But no, dude, like, it's ridiculous. You're not going to tell me that these countries with the strictest gun laws do not have a massive gun problem, because they do. Canada does. Australia does, dude. Australia has gang violence up the ass. So does New Zealand. And you know where most of those guns come from? Everywhere else. China, Brazil, Latin America. Like, the gun trade in on Earth is ridiculous. If you want to buy a gun, you can buy a gun, illegal or not. It's that simple.
There's already too many guns that exist. You can't get rid of that problem.
And weed, and like the thing with weed, for example, right? They thought if they legalized it, everybody was going to be using it. Well, they legalized it, and now they're having an issue selling. Did you know that? Less people are smoking weed now since it's been legalized.
I have not heard that.
Yeah. Less people are, on average, are smoking weed less since it's been legalized.
Does that include, all of the, like, is the smoking...
That doesn't include all the teenagers and shit that are doing it illegally and stuff like that.
No, I'm saying, like, vapes and edibles and all that other stuff. Medical.
Yeah. Weed usage, period. Yes.
That's interesting. Yeah, dude. I would think it would go up with all the medical marijuana.
You would think, right? But now you're starting to see less marijuana crime because more people can buy it legally, meaning that less people need to get involved within the drug trade, which means there's less crime, which means these cartels and these other things are struggling and they're collapsing. And that's why they're turning to other things like fentanyl. A lot of these cartels, they even claim to each other, oh, we don't sell fentanyl, but they all know they do. Everybody knows they do. Fentanyl is coming from Latin America, Central America, like in boatloads. There is enough fentanyl. What was the statistic? There was something about it. It was like there's enough fentanyl going across the border to kill everybody in the United States like 10 times over.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
Yeah, it was a stat like that. And China's actually heavily involved in that too. China has a lot of fentanyl manufacturing centers.
I'm sure.
In Mexico and other places down there.
I'm sure. And then everybody talks about how great of a country China is, right? We obviously, for some reason, we're not the greatest country anymore. It's China. China is the greatest country, according to a lot of the left. Unfortunately, though, we don't have tons of people jumping off buildings like they do in China. jumping into suicide nets because, they're sick of the working conditions there. We don't have that here. Okay. Luckily, you have the right to get a job that you hate, that you can bitch about every day. Right. But in other countries, people are not that lucky. They're forced into a position, and their best way out of that position is to jump out the window. So it goes to really show, how much, how strong-willed those commie nations are.
Yeah.
But Dana, I'm gonna let you go ahead, and I'll let you start us off and bring us into the what do you think's going on? Why do you think more and more people are starting to wake up and not follow this hive mind, you can call it?
Well, because now it's so blatant, and there's people are people have seen everything that's going on. Um, I know. I think Trump being elected was a big part of that.
I think that was a
And
huge part of, I think that was a catalyst for sure.
exactly. Well, I mean that caused everything to go more extreme. Um, Not because Trump is more extreme, but because everyone else was so anti-Trump
Yeah.
that everything was extreme from that point on.
Yeah.
And normal people were just like, "What the heck is going on?"
Yeah.
You know? And so, I mean, you had the people on the right that were like, going fully insane. Trump is like sent from God in the heavens, and he's gonna, save everybody. Like he's like the savior. And then all the people on the left are like, he's literally Hitler. Like, you have two polar opposites, and then everyone else is like, what is happening? And a lot of people are just like, I don't want any part of this. I don't want to vote. I don't want to do any of that. Well, then 2020 came along, Biden got elected, and they're like, well, we're screwed now because this dude is,
Doesn't have
falling
any
apart.
idea what's going on.
Yeah, and now that the Democrats are in control, America's in steep decline. Everyone's like, "Oh, so with Trump, we were doing great, you know, despite all the other chaos that was going on. We were
Yeah.
doing pretty good." And no one knew that we were doing good. They're like, "Oh, everything's just, normal." And then they didn't know that until Biden got in. So Biden becoming president was actually huge in boosting Trump's support. Like as you
Yeah.
see right now, I mean Trump's like top, you
For
know,
sure.
top of all the polls. And no one can take away like his track record of just being just good, right? And whether you like the guy or not, um, his policies were great for the country. And now you just see Biden stuff, and I mean, it speaks for itself. I mean, it's
Oh,
just
for sure.
gas is $2 more expensive. Um, you know, Afghanistan issue there. We withdrew from Afghanistan, which was we were supposed to withdraw, but like not like that. That was a total disaster. Um, we have the debt going crazy. Economy is in decline. We're about to go into recession if we're not already. And yeah, I mean, there's plenty of other stuff on top of that. I mean, it's just there's a long list. I bet you there's a list online of every failure that he's done.
Dude, Biden, I mean, I don't get it. I really don't get it. How can you defend a guy? Dana, you know what? How would you describe America in one word? One word.
True international level of pressure.
What?
Sorry, I was just repeating what Biden would say.
Himalayas, Xi Jinping. Like, come on, man. Come on. There's no Joe Biden there. He is an empty husk of a soul of a man who once existed. Jill knows what's going on. And you can see Jill, dude, like in that clip with Hunter supposedly doing the coke. You could see she is just not feeling it. She is not
She's
wanting
done.
anything to do. She's done with it.
Yeah.
And she should look at her husband every night and say, I swear to God, if you're running for president in 2024, like we're getting divorced. Because he's not there anymore, dude. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that kind of works both ways for him. I think it's like it's kind of good for him because it's like
Mhm.
it kind of makes it look like he's not a part of any of the stuff that's going on. Even though his history kind of proves that like he wanted all of this. Um, but it also like people can't stand the guy because of all the stuff that you know is coming out about him. And now it's actually interesting because all the stuff that's going on now, all the breakthroughs, it's actually being covered by the mainstream media these
Yeah.
days. I mean, he's getting asked or Karine Jean-Pierre is getting asked questions regarding the Hunter you know
The
what
scandals
is
and
it, the
everything like
WhatsApp,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
and
all the
and
scandals. I mean,
they're trying to ask
yeah,
his PR team too, and even they don't know what to do because they're thrown off. They're like, "Uh-oh, we had our specific directions on what we need to say for certain things, but we're not prepared for these questions. We're not prepared to say, "Oh, Hunter's doing coke." We're not prepared for this stuff. It's because we're tearing into him now. And you know what? The scary thing is us tearing into Joe Biden, and we are finding all of these things, all of this corruption and concrete evidence of this corruption. You can very much see the differences between these false witch hunts that they put the former President Donald Trump through. Okay?
hmm
Because, not one of these cases have got concrete evidence yet. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying they haven't gotten it yet. Okay? But all these other ones, they have evidence, but then it disappears, or the witness is gone, or magically dies from natural causes. Like, come on. It's bullshit. The government spies on you. Everything's a lie. Everything's a lie.
Well, what's so interesting is how easily it is to uncover any dirt on Biden, how easily it is to just find anything from anyone associated with him.
Yeah,
And then compare that to Trump, who has like all of these scandals and there's zero evidence to back it up.
I
Zero.
agree. I
He has been
agree.
proven innocent in every single court he's been through. And he's been heavily investigated since before he was even I mean, as soon as he announced in like 2015, he's being investigated like immediately. And it didn't work. I mean, it kind of worked at the beginning, but it worked. It actually worked in 2020. It did.
It's because he
That's
wasn't a
part of the reason why
politician.
Biden got elected.
I
Um,
think I think Trump got elected because he wasn't a politician. Trump got
well, he got
elected
elected
because
in 2016
because
because
he
he wasn't a
wasn't.
politician,
Yeah, because
and
because they knew he wasn't corrupt. He wasn't corrupt yet.
right, but also because Hillary was like known for being corrupt. That's I think Hillary is so unlikable, and Trump was just a fresh new person for that environment. That's how he got elected. Um, so, but in 2020 he lost because of all. I mean, first of all, there's all the stuff that happened, and then there's you know, the fact that everyone was working against Trump, and um, all of the scandals around him at the time. And all the stuff from Biden that was covered up until afterwards.
Oh, for sure.
I remember when Biden got elected, the amount of people that wanted to change their vote afterwards was, I mean, that was one of the most searched things on Google at the time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. I mean, I find it ridiculous that the misinformation campaign that came from the left, and when I say left, I'm talking about extremist left media, CNN, MSNBC, you know, all those channels. They're extremist. They don't know, they'll quick to call something a conspiracy to make you sound like an idiot, to scare you, but do not fall for those scare tactics. I mean, that is what they're going to do, and they're going to try to attack you for your beliefs, and that's what's happening now in the U.S. If you don't fall into the hive mind, if you don't join the hive, if you don't cut your brain out and make yourself a soulless follower of their cause, you're done. You're gone. You're canceled, and they try to get rid of you. Because if you do not agree with them, you are not valuable to them, so they will get rid of you. That is the truth of it, and they've been doing it to everybody. Cancel culture is the toxic, the most toxic thing that the left has pushed on to the world. To the world, period.
Yep.
And that's just, that it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. They want to take your guns. They want to make you weak. They want a reason to make you weak. Okay? And I find it funny now that this girl on TikTok, she made a video and she's like, it's super hard as a liberal woman to find a man that fills in the manly and masculine tasks in a relationship. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Maybe it's because you started emasculating every single one of the men, saying that what made them a man was toxic and terrible, and that's your fault. And I'm so happy that you're not able to find a compatible partner, because you'll never find one that fits your perfect utopia view of the perfect communist Stalinistic boyfriend that these people want, man. They're not going to find it.
That's what she needs.
That's
a trans man.
You know what?
Exactly what she needs.
Why aren't we looking? Why wasn't that woman looking at trans men?
Yeah, the perfect candidate for you.
They're men.
I mean, I don't even think I don't think the trans men want them either. I really don't.
Trying to figure out if I could just fix it with the lighting here. I don't know why my camera's being so weird today. I spent so long setting it up before we started. I don't know why. I spent so long tuning it, and it just decides to break.
I think you probably have another speck in your thing that's in the way.
Well, another setting that I'm forgetting about.
No, like a speck of dust.
Maybe. I mean, that's a possibility. You know what I mean? Let's see. There we go. We're clean. We good. We look beautiful now.
Yeah, we look great.
Do you feel bonita? Because you look bonita. Oh God. Yeah. No. Have you heard of actual legislation being passed besides something that happens in the Supreme Court? Because all I'm hearing is shit oh
yeah.
Book in school is bad and has sexy time in it. I don't care. I really don't give a shit. I want to know what's happening with the economy. I want to know why the Fed is jacking rates. I want to know why, things like that are happening. I want to know adult stuff, okay? I don't want to know the kid stuff anymore. I don't care about what is a woman and all that anymore. I want the adult stuff. And it's I feel like the media treats the American people like we're children.
They do.
They do. I mean, it's you wiggle oh, fake evidence of Trump doing something bad, and then you get an entire half the country going, they're going crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of those people are children. That's their target audience. So it works.
You got a point.
Mm-hmm.
You got a point.
But for all us normal people that actually have a brain to think for ourselves,
yeah,
we don't watch that stuff anyways. So it doesn't, whatever. Yeah, we'll watch other things that
we watch.
Actually, talk about stuff that's
relevant and good and useful and
not
not idiotic and stupid like we have to deal with on a daily basis.
And the people who are creating that sort of media are actually coherent, and they're able to think, and they're able to explain what they think. I mean, it's pretty basic. That should be step one of being, someone who talks about things for a living, So, I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, listen, a lot of things are changing, but the world's falling apart. France is falling apart. Canada is falling apart. The U.S. is falling apart. And we're starting to see a change in the status quo. I really think China is a threat, man. China is a threat. They are not they control most of our imports. Everything we have is made in China. iPhones are made in China. They're probably listening to us right now. Why is it? I'll be at work.
Who caused that?
What?
Who caused all of that?
What?
The U.S. We did that to ourselves.
Well, yeah, but it
started with Bill Clinton.
I mean, we wanted to start off, offboarding, outsourcing, But we took away American innovation, American jobs, American factories. Why are there factory towns that are ghost towns now with barely any residents? Because the factories left them. We started finding cheap labor. Awesome. That's a short-term win, because in the long term, we successfully eradicated the industrial complex that the United States has been. Because everything's in China now, dude. China, Taiwan, all the chip fabs, everything like that. When COVID happens and we lose everything and all the shipping dates are messed up and we lose everything because everything came from China, that's a problem. And more people need to see it as a problem. And more people need to see the corrupt governments that are in front of our eyes. They need to see that the U.S. government is corrupt. It's corrupt. It is not run like you think it is run.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Well, and it's all everything that is happening between the U.S. and China it's also bad for the Chinese people too, because it's funding their government, which is tyrannical. I mean,
Yeah.
it everything that we do is allowing them to do everything that they're doing.
Yeah.
So we need to stop that as soon as we're able to. I mean, China's not going to let that happen.
Oh, for
I
sure
mean,
not. For sure.
so I don't know where we're going to go from here, but yeah, I mean, China's basically reliant on us for a huge. I mean, not just us, but I mean, a lot of these other countries too that we used to take care of. Now China's taking care of them. Africa's a huge example of that.
Yeah.
China's coming in and doing humanitarian stuff in Africa, and now the Africans are turning to China for help instead of the U.S.
Yeah.
That is
And that's a
scary.
massive problem. That's a
Yeah.
massive, massive problem. The we don't have to worry about Africa. Fun fact. Did you guys know that there are more slaves today than there has ever been in the history of the earth? Did you know this?
Yes, I did know that.
There are more slaves today. So, I mean, you guys are hilarious. Okay? Because if you want to talk about how America is a racist country, how about we go to Africa where they're currently killing each other, and because, this guy's in a different tribe than this guy. And if you think I'm joking or you're going to call me racist for saying that, Dana and I happen to work with a lot of international students from Africa, and they tell us these things.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a point where I've already drew the line, I think. I'm preparing. The reason why I want to grow my wealth now is so that I can get my house built that I want to build, buy the land that I want to buy, and then hunker down, because when shit hits the fan, dude, I'm going to be ready.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't happen that soon, but I mean,
I don't know.
it's scary. We're at the point now where we're so close to things going, upside down.
Oh yeah.
That it can happen any second, and it's
yeah.
I don't think of it like it's gonna happen any second, but I mean, truthfully, for example, Russia, Ukraine, anything can happen there that causes, I'm hitting the button now, boom, nuclear war. That can happen any second. China could be like, all right, we're ready to invade, boom, rally the
For
troops.
sure.
We're taking over the U.S. And we're at a point now where we're just not ready for that. That's the scary part. Back then you could say, oh yeah, we can take these guys. I mean, still now, we could probably take them, but still, I'm uneasy now. Before, it's yeah, we're easily, dude. We're gonna roll these guys like it's nothing, and we got all these other countries on our side. But now everyone just looks at us like we're just this joke. Do you really think that some of these Western countries are gonna stand in the way of this happening? I don't know. I don't trust them anymore. It's scary. It's really scary to think that we're that close to
I think
something bad like that happening.
I think I'll leave the audience with this thought.
Hmm.
Okay. If we actually believe all that is happening in Ukraine and in Russia is simply just aggression from Vladimir Putin, we are sorely mistaken, and we are
If you think that with all the other stuff around it, you are misinformed. Like that is not the case. There's a
100%.
lot that goes
100%.
into that issue that is not just like, oh yeah, Putin's like, oh, I want to take back Russia or Ukraine. No, that this has been happening for a long time, and Putin was just waiting for the moment to do it. Waiting for us to push him over the edge. I mean, I personally believe that the West is a huge, factor for why he invaded Ukraine in the first
I
place.
think he just
And
saw that we had a
why
weak
he's
leader.
still going. Well, and the reason why he's still going is because we continue to egg him on.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I mean, it's all stupid. Everything's going to end. We're being censored every day. We are being marginalized. We are being. If you have traditional views, if you're a Republican, if you align yourself anything else that is not the left, the ultra left, which is slowly becoming a majority.
even if you're liberal,
yeah, no,
you
you are.
if you're not like left, I mean, even if you're socialist, there's people that are socialists that are getting canceled because they're like, oh wait, this person was actually right. Like they're giving credit to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
Boom, insta canceled. Like what's her name? Anna Kasparian on TYT. They're trying to cancel her because she said what happened with Kyle Rittenhouse was BS. That's like obvious. That's proven obvious in court. Like I don't know. People are crazy.
I
It's
agree.
just it's absolutely insane.
You know what, Dana? Do you know why I'll be okay?
Why?
Because I'm going to be chilling in my driftinthreads.com t-shirts and hoodies, okay? And I used code TTALK for 10% off at checkout.
Yeah, you'll be good. You'll be saving that cash.
You got to save that cash money. If you guys want to grow your wealth, do that. Pretty soon when we get sponsored by like a supplement brand, I'll be turning to those to, everybody, thank you for watching. We want your comments.
Tasso's test pills. Right here, dude.
Tasso's test pills. That's what we're going to do. T-test. T-test. T-test plus.
That would actually be great, dude. I mean, we need that. We need that eventually. That'd be so sick.
T-weed.
No, dude. Wait. Oh, T-weed, dude. Like seaweed, but T-weed.
The T-weed, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's us on the box, and we're just.
No, it's just you like.
No. You know how people are like the left and right Twix? Well, it'll be like a Tasso or Dana booth. You know what I mean? Like a Tasso or Dana pen. You got the me on the box, and it's like, and then you got you, and you're like.
Yeah, I'm all serious.
You're all serious and shit. Yeah, but guys, please, drop your comments. You guys fucking killed it with episode 11. It was our fastest growing to date episode of Tea Talk we have had. I think it's awesome. So I just thank you guys for that. You guys are awesome for that. Make sure you guys are dropping comments, joining the Discord, everything like that. But as always, the video is going to be up as soon as we're done recording. We shove it up there really quick. Dana puts his little magic, his little sprinkle of fairy dust on there, and everything ends up being all right. We're going to work on the channels a little bit tonight, probably. But no, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff.
We're working on getting the shorts up and going too, so that's been a task. Yeah. And on the T-Plays channel, there's some new stuff going on over there too. So if you guys want to watch some gaming videos, go over there.
Yes. And if you guys want to see me be an absolute idiot and completely on Mars, drop by a T-Play stream where we have T-Talk after hours, basically, and it's just us fucking around and saying stuff we usually keep sort of tame here. I mean, we're usually tame on T-Talk, but, with the way things are going, we Dana and I have been doing a lot of talking, and we kind of, we want T-Talk to do well, so we're going to be evaluating everything and seeing what works, what doesn't work, but We want to hear what you guys like, what you guys don't like, so drop comments, do stuff like that. Don't forget to use code TTALK for 10% off at driftinthreads.com at checkout. Dana,
Check out our link trees.
Check out the link tree. Check out everything.
Join the Discord.
Of course. But as always, thank you. Thank you for coming. If you've watched this far, if you're seeing me say this, then right now comment in the comment section, Dana sucks at Apex. Dana, that's going to be DANA SUCKS AT Apex APEX. Please comment that, because I would love to have my day tomorrow wake up to a bunch of notifications saying Dana sucks at Apex. Alrighty, guys.
Please tell me that. It'll make me feel better.
Yes. Alrighty. Dana, another great episode as always. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, guys. I'm T Plays. That's Autage Music. I'm Tasso. That's Dana. This was T Talk. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. We're out of here. Goodbye.